How's it going, everyone? This is Unstable here, and what have we got for you? Well, this is some Call of Duty Black Ops. This is a domination game on Havana. I'm using it was weird setup I was using this game. It was a Mac 11 suppressed with Scavenger for some fucked up reason, I don't know. But it's in a juicy gold camo. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the gameplay. The gameplay don't mean nothing. It's irrelevant to what I want to discuss. Today is May 23rd, 2012. For those wondering, it's actually a day of sheer fucking delight, and I'm going to give you a brief explanation. I've been in an ongoing court case at the moment to have access to now both my children, because originally it was only access for my son, because we was waiting DNA tests whether or not the girl was mine, and it turns out that she is. DNA test came back today, and yes, so I now have a son and daughter, and I'll tell you what, yeah, that is such a big huge amount of relief for me, in terms of, you know, for example, I now no longer have to deal with the fact of, oh, is she mine? I don't know if she is mine. You know, if I find that she's not mine, I'm gonna be pissed, I'm gonna be upset, you know, all that kind of shit. There's no need for that anymore. As simple as this: she is mine. End of conversation. And I'm hitting my laptop. Sorry. I'm not hitting my laptop, but it sent a chain effect around the majority of my family. Again, I want to thank my girlfriend, my family, all my friends as well, who have supported me during this escapade of crap that, you know, has been going on and so forth. I'm going to just try and briefly explain to you guys what the hell has been going on, because I don't really give a shit anymore, and quite frankly, this is a court case in which I'm involved in. I'm not breaking no laws by telling you this, this and this, because there's no orders saying I can't, so to shit on it. For those of you who do not know what's been going on, for those of you who are kind of oblivious to what's going on in a sense, I've been trying to gain access to see my son, actually to see both my children, and unfortunately it's kind of hit a dead end, because I've been declined. That's what it is. It's not a case of, you know, I don't want to. It's a case of I'm not being given the, I'm not being allowed to, in a sense, to my annoyance, like absolute annoyance, really pissed me off. So unfortunately I'm going back and forth in the courts, you know, trying to get this, trying to get that, you know, messages going back and forth from, you know, person to person, and unfortunately it's not getting anywhere. You know, it's not getting anywhere. I'm going to be back in court again to establish, I don't even know what it is, to establish another way if we can deal with this. I will say this one thing though, you know, during this whole time, I've only been doing this, like, this court case has only been going on for about a year now. Let me tell you something, yeah. The one thing that is really fucked up is how the government chooses to handle this. And this is a dig at the government. You're damn fucking right to dig at the government. It's a dig at the government in terms of they need to sort this shit out. Because a blind baboon can do this fucking job better. Let me tell you that now. A blind baboon with no arms, no legs, and hell, even his fucking ears ripped off for all I fucking care. What is the biggest problem is the government have got this kind of, I don't know, this mediation agency called CAFCAS or CASCAF or whoever the fuck they are, I don't even know. And majority of the people employed there are actually women. This again, I want to clear this up. This is not a sexist insult to women. I'm saying that is a fact. Majority of the people hired are women. Now that's a bit of an issue, because obviously it's going to be male versus female in terms of mother versus father, who gets the right access, blah 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 blah. Now, my experience with the CAFCAS officer was the worst of the worst. And let me tell you how bad it was. It was so bad, yeah, that even my solicitor, my legal fucking advisor, even said that she is biased and sexist and treated me like shit. Okay, that's how bad. And solicitors generally don't get involved in that. They kind of like, nah, you know, when someone goes for an interview with the police, or they've been arrested and they get interviewed and they're like, that cop was fucking mean to me, they go, yeah, he was talking shit, you know. Most of the time they don't believe it. And even he said, yeah, okay, he kind of just swept it under, let go of his head, and he was actually shocked that I had been sort of, I had been the victim of that kind of crap. That's, you know, he said, you know, that should not be tolerated. What happened was that this CAFCAS officer speaks to both parties, both mother and father. Now, at the beginning, before she's spoken to anyone, there is complete mutual, you know, she has no idea about anything. So her decision, her mind base is now completely free. There's nothing in the way. There's nothing to say that it'll be of a biased and sexist decision. You know, she's not going to take one side. until she gets the side of one person, then it's different. It switches, and that's what happened. She listened to the mother's version, and I wasn't even given an opportunity to say what the fucking my side of the story. It was a case of the mother has said this, this, and this, and this. What do you think of it? And I was like, well, it's a load of crap. And she's like, I don't believe you. And I was like, what? She's like, well, you know. I was just like, hang on a second, you just asked me what I think of it, and I said it's a load of crap, and it is. And she's like, well, I believe it. I kid you not, that's exactly what she said. She said that she honestly believes. And do you want to know what this is all about? This is all to do with the fact of me being a safe father. I'll get even better to that, yeah? Even better. When my son, okay, right, when my son was born, I was one of the first ones to hold him. I was actually the first to hold him. I was the first to hold him. Not only that, I spent a lot of my time with my son. I spent a lot of time, you know, in a sense, teaching him from a very young age. I still worked, yeah, an incredible amount, and still managed to fit in time to see my son. Still managed to fit in time to teach him the certain ways, like how to, you know, how to do this and how to do that. Please bear in mind, he's 6 months old this time. Yes, 6 months old. You wouldn't expect a 6-month-old to know anything. He was a very smart six-month-old baby, and you know, he knew my voice, he knew everything, you know, no way was he in any danger. And up until he was 18 months, nearly 2 years old, he was basically, it was me, and I'm going to say this right now because it was me, that got him into routines, who got him to, you know, be interactive. You know, when I used to wake up with him in the morning, and used to make breakfast, he'd make it with me. Yeah, he'd be up on the kitchen side with me, yeah. But just you know, this is what you used to do. You sit him on the kitchen side, yeah. And I used to get all the fucking cereal out and go, which one do you want? He'd go, that one. Oh, okay then. Or you know, and you know, I'd say okay then, and then I'd get him to hold his spoon, and then you know, I'd pour it in, and then I'd say, you know, do you want milk? And he'd be like pointing to the milk, and then I'm like, yeah. So he would interact with me. And that's something key. If you interact with your kids and you interact with them in a sense where they can learn from it, you will go so far. Now the big problem here is that, you know, obviously an accusation was I'm unsafe around children, blah 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 blah. Yes, of course, even though my brother is severely fucking disabled, you know, and I have got nieces and nephews galore who I look after, no sweat, you know, I deal with all kinds of shit, you know, crazy people. My friends are fucking, you know, some of them need help and shit like that. And for someone to turn around and say that I would be a danger to my own kids, even though it was me that was, you know, doing most of the like kind of limelight work, don't think so somehow. So the point of this, the moral of this story is the Kafkas officer was the most sexist and biased person ever. Like I've said before about the, you know, you can get a baboon to do this job better. Well, if you got her to write the alphabet, yeah, this is no joke. If you got her to write the entire alphabet out, yeah, from A to fucking Z, yeah, I could get a fucking orangutan to do it better, blindfolded, backwards, with no arms, no legs, you name it, the works. A fucking orangutan could do it better, because that's how shit and worthless this woman was in regards to being a Kafkas officer. She was sexist, biased, and that was it. Okay, I understand obviously that there are some people who are a danger to children. I completely understand women going, you know, I don't want them anywhere near my children. Fine, I agree with that. But for someone who is not a danger to children, should not be obstructed from seeing their children, spending time with them, enjoying them growing up, and watch them grow and become a person that they have helped make. That is the whole fucking point of this. I want to see my children. I want to be able to spend time with them and have fun and interact with them as much as possible. And I'm going to state that right now, because that's exactly what it should be. It shouldn't be a case of, you know, the differences of opinion, yes, okay, fine, but that should not come into it. It should be what's best for the children and for both parties. I hope you enjoyed this. I have nothing else further to say. That's my update. It's unstable, and I'm off. So cool beans.